What is up? Here's a quick tutorial on how I play in the key of B, open tuning, not open tuning, standard tuning, open position without using a capo. You're going to need to utilize the thumb to hold bass notes on this one, because what we're doing is instead of actually holding down the entire bar chord, try to go up there a little bit, like we would here if you do a B major on the second and fourth, or if you do it here on 7 and 9, you're using your first finger to hold it all down. What we're going to do is we're going to actually utilize the open B and E string and use our thumb to hold the bass note, okay? So we're going to take the same sort of positions for the chords, but we're just going to play it a little bit more open. There'll be a little bit more dissonance, but if you're focusing on strumming on the bass notes, then it should round out the sound, okay? So the first one is we're going to take that B major that most of us know and love right here, which is an A major chord, up 2 frets, which is a full step with a bar. So think of it as being equivalent to if you capo something, say on the 2nd fret, and you're just playing an A chord, that would be a B because you're going up a full step. It's the same thing when you're barring something, basically using your finger as a capo in that instance. So instead of playing full bar on 2 with strings 2, 3, and 4, remember string 1 is your high E, string 6 is your low E. That beautiful, torturous B major. Even I can't do it very well. So what I do instead is I'll use my first finger to hold the bass note. I'll do an open E. I'll do first finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then I'll take my ring finger and pinky finger and hold strings 4 and 3. So those are the 3 that I'm pressing down. First finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, ring finger and pinky finger on strings 4 and 3 on the 4th fret. So if you play it completely open like that, it has a little bit of dissonance, but it still works because you're using your E's as your bass anchors, and then that's a B note, which is a B chord, so it fits with the framework of the chord. But if I'm playing through that, I'll actually use my first finger to mute, sort of get lazy and mute that bass E so that the bass note is actually the B string. And what I'm trying to do there is hit that B note, this one, so I kind of leave the E's open. If they get hit, it's fine, but try to emphasize on those middle 4 strings. Use this as a B. Now for my E, you can use an E major here, which is sort of the standard on 1st fret, 2nd fret. But there's also an E2 that you can do, so you'll flat your first finger to hold down your 5th and 4th string, and then use your pinky finger to hold the 3rd string on the 4th fret. The reason why I do an E2 is because a B is just bringing your pinky finger, or not your pinky, your ring finger, so that's your B, and then you're going to switch the position. You're going to use your first finger to hold down string 4 on the 2nd fret, because that's the basis of the E major, and instead of having your E finish here, you're going to bring it up here for E2. That makes going from B to E a lot faster, because if you're flatting your first finger the entire time, A, that'll build up a little bit of grip strength, B, it makes the transition really fast. Now I know it's taken already 4 minutes to go through 2 chords, but if you're able to master these positions, it'll open up the entire fretboard for you to be able to play in the key of B and give you some dynamics to be able to do more than just sort of try and half chunk your way through chords, bar chords. So as you play your B there, E here, F sharp minor, which is typically in this progression. This is where your first thumb is for the bass note. It's going to come over, so you're going to come over and hold that F sharp in the bass. And what you're going to do is you take your E major chord that you know and love so well here, with your first finger on the 1st fret, ring and middle finger on the 2nd fret, 5th and 6th string. You're going to slide that whole thing up 2 frets. It's a full step, because then E goes to F, right? But since we're doing sharp, hold that down, we're going to switch up the positioning of our fingers just a little bit. We're going to use our ring finger and pinky finger on 4 and 5, middle finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string, and then use your thumb, kind of scooch it down here. F sharp minor, okay? Now this is going to be really important because this is also going to be your B major. What are you talking about, Eddie? Check it out. F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A, B. Because if you think of the fretboard of your guitar, similar to how you would lay out a piano, this is what was sort of demonstrated to me when I was learning. It sort of makes more sense on a linear level instead of like, oh, each position is weird, whatever. Just like you're playing notes on a piano and it starts to ascend, it goes G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, starts to climb up. Very similar to that way in the guitar. It's just a little bit staggered because of the way that it sort of has to reciprocate it. But if you were to take the frets and the notes and lay them all down, it's really similar to that on a piano. So thinking about that in your mind conceptually, if you're playing something in F and you're going up a full step to G, to A, to B, okay? I say all that just to bring a little bit of theory, hopefully to undergird all this, but memorization of these chords of that B major right there, E major, or E2 right there, F sharp that we just learned. This is an F sharp major. And then your B will be that same chord shape here. So your thumb holding the bass note, we're going to bring that all the way up here to 7th fret. Thumb's going to hold down the bass note, the 6th string. The rain's beautiful. Your ring finger will be on 9 on 5. Your pinky finger will be on the 4th string, 9th fret. And then your middle finger will be on the 8th fret, 3rd string. Sorry if that is confusing with all the numbers. But remember that E major, same shape up here. Use your thumb to hold the bass note on the 7th fret. Because this is a B major, if you were to bar it. But if you keep that open, then these two, this B and this E string, starts to become sort of this tonal anchoring point that connects all of the chords. If you play your B like this, go to F sharp, E2, B major. We just worked that whole fretboard, went through 3 different changes. The only other chord that you will most likely encounter, I mean there's others, but typically what you'll encounter is a G sharp minor. So if you take your F sharp minor, remember that whole concept of moving up, you need that to go up to a G sharp. It's a major. What we're going to do is we're going to take this middle finger, going to pop that off, use your first finger down here on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. G sharp minor, so F sharp major. Slide that up 2 frets, 1, 2. Your middle finger is going to pop off. Your first finger is going to come down on the 3rd string, 4th fret, G sharp minor. Okay. Quick review: B major on 2 and 4, 2nd and 4th fret. E2, 2nd and 4th fret. F sharp minor. Got that E shape here, but hold it down with our bass note there. Slide that up 2 frets, G sharp minor. We're going to switch our middle finger for our first finger. And then we slide the whole thing up to 7th and 9th fret with that E major chord shape. Thumb holding down the bass. It's a B major. And you can just take off the bass note. And it's got sort of like an E major with a dissonance to it. We did bigger than, that's all they did to go back and forth between those changes. Is like a B with an E in the bass-ish. You are able to provide, you are faithful in perfect time, your presence overwhelms, I am held. And there you go. Sorry it was 9.5 minutes, but these beautiful gray locks hopefully made it worthwhile. Whatever, I'll see you soon.